Hello dear English learners, how are you? I hope you are fine and doing great. Well, I am Priyanka Chaudhary and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to share with you 9 reasons why you are not fluent in English. But before I dive into this video, let me ask you something. Do you speak your native language fluently? If the answer is yes, then why is it so? Why are you able to speak your native language fluently, but not English? I'm sure you will get the answers like these, that we have been speaking our native language since our childhood. And we all are surrounded with this environment where everybody speaks our native language. Moreover, you speak your native language with ease and comfort. You feel so relaxed. There is no nervousness when you speak your native language. And this is the reason you speak your native language fluently. You do not hesitate. Well, now what happens when you start speaking English language? What are the reasons that actually restrict you from speaking English language fluently? This is what we are going to look at in this video. Let's first think about this word fluent. What do you mean by this term fluent? What do you understand the meaning of this term fluent? If you think speaking any language fluently means to speak the language fast, then you are wrong. It is not at all like that. The way you speak your native language, the fluency that you have speaking your native language, do you speak your native language too fast? Obviously not. Similarly, you do not need to speak English language too fast. Fluency does not at all means speaking any language fast. It simply means fluency in any language means speak that language with ease and comfort and without any hesitation. This is the actual meaning of being fluent. If you want to get more videos like this, then do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Apart from this, you must press the bell icon as well. So you can easily find the bell icon just below the video of mine. It looks something like this. So you need to press this bell icon so that whenever I'll upload a new video, you will be notified. Alright then, without wasting much of your time, let's begin. You do not practice speaking English. And this is the reason you are not fluent at this. You might be fluent at reading English, writing anything in English. You are even able to understand English, right? But you are not fluent to speak English because you have not practiced speaking English. It is actually a human tendency that we prefer doing such things that are easier to do. So reading is easy. Writing is far easier than speaking anything in English, isn't it? And speaking is a challenging part. And you always try to escape speaking English, which you must not do. The more you will speak, the more you will be fluent speaking English. Do not worry about your level of speaking. Do not think you are just a beginner or an intermediate learner or an advanced learner. It doesn't matter. What matters is whatever knowledge you have about English, put that into speaking. Start speaking words and sentences. You won't be able to speak English fluently until and unless you will start speaking. Now let's move on to the next point. And this is gonna be, you spend too much time learning grammar rules. Let me tell you, for speaking English, grammar doesn't matter at all. Really. Learning all the grammatical rules for speaking English is not required. Let me tell you something. The celebrities that you see on TV, on your phone or anywhere, the celebrities that you see speaking English, do you think they know all the grammar rules? No, that's not true. Most of them, they don't even know the grammar rules. But aren't they good at speaking English? Yes, they are. They feel so confident while speaking English, isn't it? So I have just given you an example that for speaking English, grammar is not required at all. You already know a lot of things about grammar, more than the celebrities. Trust me. But the problem is you are not putting in your efforts to speak English. This is the only problem. Do not worry about grammar too much before speaking and start speaking. You know what? Even if you are not good at English grammar, the moment you will start speaking, the moment you will start letting out words from your mouth, grammar will automatically come to you. Trust me. So from now onwards, after watching this video, stop thinking about grammar rules and start speaking. Now let's have a look at the next point. You feel shy to practice. You feel shy to speak English. It is not going to help you. Moreover, it is going to be problematic for you to become fluent in English. So stop feeling shy to speak English. Well, what you can do to resolve this problem of yours is start speaking English with those people with whom you feel comfortable. Try to find out some people around you, maybe in your family or in your friend circle, who are there to encourage you and you feel comfortable with them. You do not feel shy. Try practicing, try to speak English with these people. If you are worried about your mistakes, then let me tell you one thing. Nobody actually cares if you are making mistakes or not. What people actually observe is your expressions, the level of confidence that you possess while speaking. That is the only thing that people actually notice. This is the only thing that people observe. Trust me. It doesn't matter at all whether you're making a mistake or not, until and unless you will make the other person realize it. You do not need to think too much before speaking when you will become comfortable speaking this language and you will embrace this language. So, love this language and start speaking. Don't be shy. Don't wait for the right time to practice. There is no right time. If you just keep waiting for that particular time to practice, that is not going to come. So do not wait for the right time and practice whenever you feel like practicing. Anytime, whether you are walking, reading, or you're traveling, you can practice anytime, anywhere. You can even talk to yourself in your mind. Start thinking in English. If you're not able to find anyone to practice with, no problem. You are your best companion. Start talking to yourself in English. In your mind, you can do that. Try it at once. You will start loving this language. Alright, now let's move on to the next point. Next point is going to be, you are not consistent. You are not a consistent learner. You are not a consistent speaker. Yes, and this is the reason you are not fluent in English. You try to practice speaking English for once or twice and then you just leave it. You stop doing it. If you want to be perfect, if you want to be fluent in doing anything, whether it is writing, reading, or dancing or singing, it can be anything. You need to be consistent in the same field. If you want to become fluent in English, speak English frequently. Speak English as much as you can. Try to make it your habit. Speak English every day. Even in a single day, speak in English many times. If you're not able to find anyone, start talking to yourself. Consistency is actually a key to achieve your success or goal. Without being consistent, you cannot be a successful English speaker. I hope you understood. To become fluent in English, you need to practice speaking consistently. Do it every day. Alright, now let's have a look at the next point. And the next one is, you do not apply learned English to real life situations. What do I mean by this is, you already have a lot of knowledge about English language. You know how to frame sentences, you know framing different phrases, you have a lot of vocabulary knowledge as well, but all the things actually are in vain until and unless you will start using them in your real life situations. You have consumed a lot of English with yourself, but you are not letting it out. If you are not doing it, it's not going to help you. And this is the reason you are not fluent speaking English. You hesitate, you feel nervous while speaking because you have not practiced it. You have just received all the information. You keep watching so many videos out there on YouTube about learning English, but you are just learning. You have been a passive learner for so long, but you have not tried to become an active speaker. This is the reason you are not fluent in English. So start applying all the things that you have learned in your real life situations. Now let's have a look at the next point. The next one is that is actually restricting you to become fluent in English is you're afraid of making mistakes. You know what? Even it used to happen with me as well. So many points that I have shared, these all problems even I have gone through. We think too much about our mistakes, not the other person. The other person is not going to even give it a damn. I mean, the other person with whom you are in conversation does not even care until and unless the other person is already an English trainer or the other person who is good at English grammar. So the person with whom you are in conversation, this is not going to point out your mistakes, trust me. The listener is not interested in finding out your mistakes. The listeners are there just to listen what you're saying. They are more interested in understanding you, what message you want to convey, what you want to share with them. The listeners are more interested in this rather than finding out your mistakes. The mistake finders are no one else but we. We are the only one who keep finding the mistakes in our sentences, not the other people. That's true. So stop thinking about your mistakes and start speaking. No problem. The moment you will start speaking, you will get to know your mistakes yourself. In order to learn anything, it happens. We make mistakes, whether it is dancing or singing or painting or drawing. You are learning anything, you will make mistakes. It's normal. So the thing is, if you want to learn something, make mistakes. You will make mistakes, you will get it correct. Simple. So don't be afraid of making mistakes and become fluent in English. And the next point is, if you are nervous, it will definitely affect your fluency while speaking English. So stop being nervous and start speaking English fluently. Actually, what happens? It happens with most of us when we are about to speak English and when we decide that now we are going to speak in English. The nervousness that we have, the nervousness or the anxiety that we have while speaking English, it actually reduces our confidence level. We start losing control over our breath, and while speaking English, you start feeling hesitation. It starts reflecting over your face that you are nervous. You are not confident that much to speak English. So it automatically comes on your face. And the listener also start observing the same thing, that you are nervous and you are not able to speak English. So stop showing your nervousness to the other person, to the other people. There's no need. Feel confident inside. You know what? You can reduce your nervousness. And why do we feel nervous? Let's first understand it. Why there is nervousness inside us? It is because we think too much about the other person. That what kind of impression is it going to have on the other person while I'll start speaking English? We think too much about the other person rather than thinking about ourselves. This is the reason the nervousness comes inside us. Stop thinking too much about others. Let them think what they want to think. Why are you thinking about them? This nervousness comes because you think about your grammatical mistakes. What will happen if I'll make any mistake? What is going to happen if I'll start hesitating while framing sentences? What is going to happen if I'll not get the right word before speaking? So you think too much before saying anything, and you yourself create a lot of negative vibes inside your head before speaking, and this is the reason you become nervous. Stop thinking too much about others and focus on yourself. Focus on your presentation, that I am going to express my thoughts, I'm going to express myself in front of the other person in the best way I can. I'm not going to be nervous at all. I'm not going to show to the other person that I am nervous inside. Though you are nervous inside before speaking, but that should not be reflected on your face. You should look confident, energetic, and relaxed while speaking English. Train your brain that you are relaxed and you can do it. You are going to speak English fluently. No, everybody fumbles, no problem. We even do this while speaking our native language as well, but we don't feel embarrassed at that moment. Then feel the same. Don't be embarrassed while speaking English too. Now let's move on to the next point. Now the next point is poor pronunciation of some English words. So the poor pronunciation also a problem while speaking English fluently. There are so many people out there who are not able to pronounce words properly in English, and because of that the fluency that they have while speaking English gets break. It used to happen with me also. Even I would pronounce so many English words incorrectly, and then I used to correct it myself that no, I said it in the wrong way. I shouldn't have said that. Somewhere at the back of my mind I used to think like this about my pronunciation. I practice a lot pronouncing some words where I used to make mistakes, and somehow I overcome the pronunciation problem of mine. And you can also do this. If you have the pronunciation issues, then I have already uploaded a video that how can you improve your pronunciation. There are so many ways. So you can check out this video of mine to improve your pronunciation of some words and practice. Now let's have a look at the next reason why you are not fluent in English. And the next reason is limited vocabulary. So because you have limited vocabulary, you do not have all the English words to explain all the phrases or sentences or the situations that are there in front of you. You start losing the fluency that you have while speaking English. What you can do is, I'm not telling you to stop learning new words, stop expanding your vocabulary. I'm not saying that. Do this. It is gonna be beneficial for you definitely. But if you are not getting the right word to explain your thoughts at the time of speaking, what you can do is you can substitute that word with another phrase or sentence, or you can use your hand gestures to explain that word. No problem. But keep speaking. Do not just stop then and there and start thinking about that word, that what can I think of this word, what can I say in this situation. Don't do that. Keep on speaking and try to substitute that word with another word, another convenient word that you already know. Simple. To make your speaking English fluent. And that's it for today's video. So I have just shared 9 reasons why you are not fluent in English. Apart from this, I also provided you the solution as well that will help you to become fluent in English. I hope you people really liked it and you found it relatable as well. Out of these 9, maybe you can relate with some points that are actually reasons for you to not become fluent in English. I hope and I believe these will definitely work for you. If you like this video, then do not forget to like, subscribe and share. I will be very thankful to you. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.